Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Haylin. Hi, Skya. Number 2. How do you have that number 2 crown next to your name? I've never seen that before. Thank you for the cat in the box. How are you guys doing today? As you can sort of tell, I trolled by starting stream without being 100% ready, so I apologize for the delay. But yeah, today we are trying a tea that I'm excited for. Oh, the lighting's kind of weird, huh? No, you have a number 1? How do, wait, wait, Taiyou wants a crown. Do I have a crown? Do I get one? Hi, Nin-chan, how you doing? If I do this, do I get a crown? I don't get a crown? Oh man, oh jeez. Oh jeez, oh my god. When I was in California last week, somebody at one of the flower gardens I went to, she was like super like influencer core. Very cute, really great outfit, liked her shoes a lot, etc, etc. She just randomly went, ah jeez, and I'm like, ah, why did you do that? I do that, that's so funny. And now whenever I say, ah jeez, I think about her. She was just some like really small Asian girl, and I was like, I didn't expect that from you, but you know, you do you. You know, you want to go ah jeez, you can go ah jeez. You're leaving for Japan in 18 hours, omedeto, have lots of fun, Nin-chan. Take lots of pictures, eat lots of yummy food, etc, etc. You know the deal. Hope you have fun. Thank you for the heart. Thank you. Wait, now you're number 2. There can't be 2 number 2s, that's not how this works. Oh my god, the lighting is so fucked. Like, one side of my hand is lit correctly, the other one is not. Hold on a sec. Oh, this is a tragedy. I did not get ready properly. Okay, that looks better. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. This looks much better. The lighting is correct now. I had extra lights on in the house. Okay. So, today we are doing another tea tasting. This tea is from the Snoopy Museum in Japan. Yeah, yippee! So if you go to the Tokyo Museum, or Tokyo Snoopy Museum, they have a merch section at the end. And in that merch section, you can find this tea. So let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah, right there, you can see that it says Snoopy Museum. Yeah, sort of. Anyway. So I don't really know much about this tea. I feel like at the museum it had a bit more information, but I don't recall. All I know is that based on the information on the back, which is in Japanese, it's a black tea. And basically the gist of this tea is that each tea bag has one of these little silhouettes on it. Yeah. So there's a set you can make. I think you get 6 per bag. I mean, you do get 6 per baggie. But there are 5 different silhouettes, so I don't really know how that works. Oh, Sky, you went down in the rankings. What's happening? I know you're better than that, Sky. Kocha da yo. So the one I want is the Cool Joe one. But really, the 2 that I made 2 cups of tea because I can't find the strainer for my teapot. So the 2 that I made, I will show you guys now. Okay. There's this one right here. Whoa, it looks crazy upside down. It looks crazy upside down. Okay, I did not get the angle correct for when I put the streaming setup back together, but can I show you guys this? We have Charlie Brown right here. So that's 1. Also, I don't love that I'm leaving the... Wait, where did it go? Oh my god. Okay. We had Linus in the Snoopy cup, but he fell inside of the cup when I was pulling it from the fridge. I did try to ice the teas a little bit. Because I do not like hot drinks, you guys know this. But yeah, I'm also using my Snoopy mug to go with the Snoopy tea. Because, listen, I can't explain it, I just really like Snoopy. I know, it's like vaguely adjacent to adults who are Disney pilled, right? I get it, I know. But Snoopy's cuter than Disney, you don't forget about that. I just realized the yeah. Snoopy kocha. You'll drink the water upside down. If you go to Australia instead, you can just drink the water upside down naturally. You didn't think about that, did you? Wag, 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 wag. But yeah, so today's teas, we will just have 2 cups of the Snoopy black tea. And, as usual, we will do the 33 leaves of tea review. Yippee. I don't know. I feel like whenever I drink tea, but I don't fill this out, it feels kind of weird. Because, like, I don't appreciate it as much when I just drink the tea, but I don't properly, like, start taking notes. Welcome in, Chacha. How you doing today? Upside down tea. That's right. That is right. Let's go ahead and start taking our notes for this tea. Oh, nani ga oh. Thank you for the wave. How are you doing today? How's your day been? I almost just spilled hot tea on myself. That was very dangerous. I am looking outside to the left, to the right of me. It is going to storm crazy hard. Yeah, I was running errands today before starting stream, and I saw the weather and I was like, I need to do this ASAP because I wanted to stream earlier, but the weather was quite bad. The name of the tea, it is just Peanuts Silhouette Tea. Peanuts. Oh my god. How many of you guys can spell silhouette without spell check? If you can spell silhouette, it makes you feel like a genius. Especially once you get to the U-T-T-E part of silhouette. Oh shit, I spelled it wrong and I had it right here next to me. It's O-U-E. E-T-T-E. Aw, jeez. Aw, jeez! Aw, jeez. Welcome in, Ari. How are you doing today? Peanuts. Silhouette. Tea. Yes, exactly, Cheche. Although I don't know if you use spell check or not. I'm gonna take your word for it that you didn't, but if you can do it without spell check, you feel like a freaking genius. Thank you for the cats, by the way, Halen. Thank you, thank you. The merchant of the tea. I'm going to say Snoopy sold it to me. It's actually the Snoopy Museum. I'll just put Snoopy Museum. I feel like I should take this seriously. Snoopy Museum. Tokyo. It's very strange. I feel like the Snoopy Museum used to be in Roppongi, if I remember correctly. And then they moved it to a part of Tokyo that's a bit like on the outskirts. But the benefit of that is that oh shit, you guys can't see what I'm writing. Wait, you can. The benefit to that is what's it called? They decorated the station outside of the museum with a bunch of Snoopy stuff, and like the mall that leads up to it has Snoopy stuff in it. It's very cute. It's very cute. Sampled. What's today's date? Kyo wa July 12th. July 7gatsu? July 12th. Y'all. Aw, jeez. Y'all. I don't know the date, y'all. I can't keep track of life anymore, y'all. What is the price of this? Does it say on here? I sound like a refrigerator. It doesn't say the price. I'm gonna guess it was like $10. I mean, no, it's only 6 bags of tea. I'll say it's 1,000 yen, which did not translate to $10. But if you're in Japan, it feels like $10. So there's something worth. There's something worth that. That's worth something. There we go. Okay. So it's a black tea. Do we have any notes about it before we start drinking the tea? I don't know. I don't really think there's much about this tea that's like noteworthy yet. Welcome in, Elm. The packaging is really cute. The packaging is very cute. I'll give it that. I'm very sad that one of my tea bags fell into the tea, man. That makes me so depressed. Cause I mean, it was only Linus, so like, who really cares? But like, cause okay, let me tell you, if you're a Snoopy fan, you know Linus is a little bitch boy. I love Linus, I do. But Linus, you gotta be less of a, you know? You gotta realize there's more to life than your blanket. Like, there is tea. Do not forget about this. I don't know if I really have any notes for you. Let's take a smell of the tea. Let's do a little smell test on this tea. Does it smell funky or not? I should do this so you guys can see Snoopy. It is crazy upside down right now. It is crazy upside down. I'm gonna do a quick smell test though. Oh, that smells like a very like it smells like pure black tea. It does not have any sense of like sweetness or fruit or anything. That's a note we can put down. How's everybody's weekend been, by the way? Australia stream? Somehow, someway, yeah. Basically, what happened, I tore down the streaming setup because I was working on a photo project that needed the tripod that the streaming camera is on. So when I put everything back together, I don't think it's exactly correct yet. I have to fix that. Notes. Sent is strongly... Yeah, I'm sure you guys would rather see what I'm writing than look at Snoopy's face. Listen, I know Snoopy's cute, okay? I know it more than anyone. But let's go ahead and just do some of this. Indicating... I went outside the box. This is falling apart. Pure... black... tea. The smell of it is pretty strong too, by the way. Like I took a whiff of it and I was like, that's a lot of black tea. The tea weight. Well, okay, we can fill out the brew stats as well. Let's go ahead and do that too. I'm waiting for the tea to cool down. I'm basically lollygagging. I'm dilly-dallying so that the tea can be a little bit less hot. H2O temperature. Boiling. Volume. 1 cup. Oh, I have the stats here. We can see how much each individual bag is. So it's 3 grams for each one, and there's 6 bags, so it's 18 grams in total. We could just put 3 grams for now. Thank you for the heart, I appreciate that. Thank you, 3 grams. The brew time. In def. Basically, I kind of just left the tea sitting in there. I'm realizing now that I should not do that with this tea because it's very strong. Now there is EXP. There is EXP now. It makes no sense. I mean, I like seeing you guys compete for rank 1. You guys are gonna have to fight very strongly against Halen for that ranking, but I think it's interesting. Steep number 1. Don't leave in water. It seems too strong. Let's say 5 minutes max. 5 min max. Probs. You're gonna steal it. Touch, I'm gonna have to consult you. I have to take you to like Thieves Anonymous. What's that thing called? Yeah, cause every time I show something cute, you're like, I'm gonna steal it. Cheche, that's nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. In fact, what you should be doing, you should be buying me more cute stuff. Can't just have you stealing all my cute stuff. I'm gonna have nothing left. Kleptomaniacs, that's the one. Sounds like a really cool like Pokemon attack. You know, I'm gonna have Pikachu go Kleptomaniac on you. Alright, let's take our first sip. It's still pretty hot, which I'm not super thrilled about. I don't like hot drinks very much, but the show must go on. Yeah. That is just like a pure black tea. It reminds me of the other Snoopy tea we had, the Assam tea, but it's not quite as, that one was rather bitter. This one's not as bitter, but I did add a little sweetener to it prior, so I don't know if that's offsetting it. I can take some notes on that. Yeah. Oh no, Snoopy's got a little drip on his face. I'm gonna wipe that off. The aroma, the smell was very strong. We're gonna give that like a solid 3. It was not so strong that I'm like overwhelmed by it from afar. Yeah, I don't smell it. I also have a stuffy nose because I'm a little sick from traveling, but we'll give that a 3. Berry and fruits, not even a little. All the fruits are a straight 0. Okay, it's offset. Okay, so all the fruits 0s. Aroma, that's pretty strong. Linger, finish. Does it have a linger or finish to it? Like a aftertaste that stays? really. How peculiar. There is a slight aftertaste, but like I think it's the sweetener more than the tea. Like the tea doesn't really have that strong an aftertaste. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of that, by the way. There we go. I'm gonna say the aftertaste is like very minimal if it exists. I don't really think it does, but like I think most teas do have an aftertaste of some sort, unless you like super water down the tea, but this tea is not very watered. And I let it brew a little too long, I think too. It's not burnt, because I cooled off the water pretty quickly after, but you know what's funny about this? I feel like Snoopy as a character and as an IP is catered more towards children. Like it was initially more towards children, but this tea tastes like something an adult would drink. Like this tastes like a grandmother tea. Like if you saw your grandma drinking tea and you're like, what is that? They're gonna be like, oh, it's a Snoopy tea. And you say, oh, that makes sense. Because you tasted it once and you're like, oh, that wasn't very sweet, so I don't want it. But then your grandma's like, I love that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're just not grandma pilled yet. But one day you will be. One day you will be. I don't know if grandpa, I would not say this is grandpa. I don't know, grandpas could drink it too, maybe. The kids that watch Peanuts are now old. They have new Peanuts TV shows coming out still. They're on Apple TV. Who the hell has Apple TV? Nobody. Nobody has Apple TV. Vegetal. I don't think this has any veggie notes at all. Malty? I could say this is malty. I do think this has a malty flavor profile. Just for reference, this is how much we've had. You can see how stained this mug is from all the tea I've had in it. Thank you for the cat in a box, by the way. Actually, is it malty? It's a little malty. I would give it like a 2, maybe at most. Welcome in, MB. How you doing today? Yeah, let's give it like a... Wait, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, okay. Malty, I'll give it like a 2 at most. And that's like pushing it. I'm trying to give it like some sort of flavor profile. To be honest, it just tastes like black tea. Like very unremarkable black tea. Falco, how you doing today? I'm happy to have you. Thank you for the little tea. It's not an emoji. It's a emote. Is it an emoji? Hold on. If I hover over it, does it tell me? I think it is an emoji. Huh? Ariel Cottage. Listen, I can't talk about Courage the Cowardly Dog right now. This is Snoopy time. How am I doing? No, I ran errands this morning and the weather looks pretty dookie, but I'm glad I had my errands done. I delivered some film to a photo lab, so I'm gonna get even more photos back. I have about... What's 8 times 37? 38? That hiccups. I have about that many photos coming back soon. Let's say just shy of 300. I have about 300 photos coming back in email soon from different photo labs around the world. So that's really exciting. I'm very happy for that. It's not sweet at all. This tea is not sweet. Herbal, grassy, none. Floral, none. I would say that like this entire half of the circle, it might as well be zeros. Sounds nice. I would not describe running errands as the nicest thing in the world, but it's one of those things that you have to do. And it means that I have time later today to do an ASMR stream. You have a bad back? Aw, jeez. I won't ask for details because sometimes that kind of stuff is personal, but I do wish you a speedy recovery. I know that, oh my god, especially like, I have not hurt my back that much. It's usually like my legs that get hurt, but like when you have a body injury that doesn't let you do stuff, it's just like, what do I do with myself? What do I do with myself? How do I pass the time? Who do I talk to? Who do I bother? You know? So I get it. I'm sorry to hear that though. And the heat, Taiyou's #1 enemy, TBH. But yeah, good cup of tea. It doesn't always cure everything, but it definitely feels like it does. Oh, the photos, yeah. I'm very excited for that. To be honest, I have a huge backlog of photos I gotta get through. I think I'm gonna start posting on Substack to do photo blogs there. Cause like, I like using Tumblr, but nobody uses Tumblr, so I'm like, what do I do now? So everybody's on Substack right now who's a photographer or like who's a creative. So I think I might start posting on Substack. I'm gonna take more sips of tea. So yeah, we'll see. I like that Substack lets you combine like videos, photos, create articles. It's really interesting. I'm not really a writer per se, but like I think it's a good way to get my ideas down about photos. How I felt about them, how I feel about the final results. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll write tea stuff on there too. I don't know yet. Even though it's cloudy outside, it's very hot. I'm near the fan. So you do not sound like that in my head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just thinking like the TikTok voices where you type random shit that you would normally say and then it says it in like a weird way and you get a little giggle out of that. I was explaining to somebody when I was in California about, I guess they don't use TikTok, they use Reels. And they don't know that TikTok has like an ASMR voice now. And I was like, hey TikTok, today I tried 5 new teas. Here's my top 5. Even though I only had 5. Number 3 is my personal favorite. And I'm like, you know that voice? I'm like, no, what are you talking? And I'm like, well, why live? If you don't know the ASMR TikTok voice, why are we even bothering here? Hi Chimonia, how you doing? Taiyou is the sun, I am the heat. No, I'm just hot. Not the heat. It's very different. I'm cool, calm, and collected, okay? Make no mistake about it. The heat this summer has been bad. I will counter-argue. That might be true. I've not been in my home state that much to know that. Every state I've been to has been colder than where I live, so to me this has been a great summer. Because now that I'm home, it is cloudy, it's about to rain, and it's still 100 degrees, and I'm like, this cannot be, it makes no sense. How do people survive? It's a trick question, they don't. But like in California, when it was like sun beaming down, no clouds, just pop, pop, pop. That's the heat, okay? Pretend this is the heat. Pop, pop, pop. It was like 90 degrees and I was like, it's so cold. How is it possible? make it make sense. Oh. I can't remember how the TikTok voice goes. I have too many voices in my head right now. Now I'm all of them and it's very difficult. Hope you're coping with the heat. I am not. The heat makes me very crabby. So I'm just like, I'm gonna focus on my tea, I'm gonna have a great time, I'm gonna chit chat with you guys, and I'm gonna forget about it, but I do not cope with it, okay? I take the rain over this heat. No, because like if it's hot or like if it's sunny, at least it's pretty. When it's raining, it's the same temperature, but it's also wet and muggy. It's much worse, I would say. I am up. The heat makes me yeah, I think the heat just, I'm not gonna get into it. I don't really like the whole like let's focus on the negative stuff, but like I agree, there's like certain things in life where like it's just very distracting from letting you do what you want to do. This tea is not chocolate. I would say it's kind of earthy because black tea to me has that earthy note, but like even then I think 2 might be pushing it. I probably should have done a 1 here, but I think I just have this bias in my head of making black teas very earthy. Smoky and roasty. That is a maybe. Let's see. You know what? I think it's more woody that I'm tasting, but I do think there's a smoky aspect of it. This just tastes like old people tea, I'm not gonna lie. For those old people in your life, you should buy them this tea. They would love it. They'd be like, ah, yes, this reminds me of my youth, or whatever. I don't know. They'd be like, this reminds me of the fact that I'm like 80 years old. And you're like, yeah, you are 80 years old. And they say, thank you so much. I love being reminded of my decrepit age. And you say, yeah, I got you. The crazy thing about this black tea that is slightly different than the usual black teas I drink, it does not have a very heavy body. Like, it has body, okay? I think the average black tea has about 3 points worth of body that I've tried. This one's more like a 2. The Linger, I think it's 1. This is a very mild tea. I think the leaves on it. Okay, I will give it this. I did delay drinking this tea for like half a year, so it could be that the leaves are I don't even think tea withers or that it expires. I think it just gets a little bit less strong. And I'm wondering if the amount of time I took to drink it is why it tastes a little less like full. I need to know which one to buy. I mean, if you want a pure black tea experience, I think this is a pure... If it's dry and sealed well, then it should be okay. I never opened it, so that's what I'm saying, right? Like, I don't want to give it like the, oh, maybe it expired excuse, because I took care of it. I kept it in a room temperature room. I had never opened the seal or anything, so like there should be no reason that it would be quote unquote expired, but it's just not that strong of a tea. I don't think it's very bitter either, to be honest. Like, it doesn't really have much of anything. I think the woodiness is like a 2. And then the roastiness, I'd say like the 1 is not really that roasty. Chocolatey is definitely a 1. I could maybe see like half a point there, but like, let's not kid ourselves. Okay, I think that's that. So we can see that most of our points on this flavor wheel is leaning to the left-hand side, which tends to be the things like the body, balance, linger, etc. It's also a bit of like a woody note, a bit smoky. It's not really that bitter, to be honest, which is very surprising for a black tea. I think earthy and woody are like the strongest notes on it, but in my head, I think that's just normal for black tea. I did not put a dot for savory. I'm a fool. That's like a 2 at most. I think it might be a 1.5, but yeah, we'll do that for now. It has like no notes of fruitiness, sweetness, herbal. Like, it has nothing that I particularly like in tea, which is unfortunate. It's not a bad tea per se. I just think that like, it reminds me of like grocery store tea. Reminds me of grocery store tea. Very like mild, not strong. It's not gonna make you think, wow, this is phenomenal, or like, wow, this is high quality. And I think that's normal. I think that a lot of like teas that are made for capitalism and like mascots and stuff, usually not that strong. Usually not that great. The question arises, why do you drink tea in the heat? I usually ice it. And also, I think that you can drink tea at any time. I don't think that if it's hot, I shouldn't be able to drink something. Yeah, I usually drink iced tea. I try to ice this tea ahead of time, but like, I just spent too much time running errands. Thank you for the cat in the box. She's family friendly. I don't... I mean, if your family is the retirement home, yeah, I think it's family friendly for sure. I think your family would love it. I think your family would love it if you live in the retirement home and that's your family. I think if your family is below the age of 50, I'm not sure I'd be like, yeah, let's have this. Oh, nar. Oh, nar. I figured it out. Linus did not fall inside of the tea. I actually made this tea with a, what's that thing called that you put the tea into? It's like a silver metal thing, and then you put the metal thing into the water so you can pick up the metal thing afterwards. So that, the tea doesn't keep brewing in the water. Fuck, I don't remember the name of it. Strainer. It's just, I left Linus in the strainer. I'm straining Linus. The fuser. Sure, yeah, I love the fuser. Sounds like a Pokemon thing. Like, you know, when you make a Zekrom Black or Zekrom White or whatever, or Reshiram, I don't fucking remember. Kyurem Black and Kyurem White. Yeah, I'm making my Kyurems in my tea. Yes, 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 yes. Strainer, that's me. Every day I wake up and I'm like, man, time for another day of being the Strainler. Yeah. The Splicers, the Spicler, oh man. The Rizzler, y'all remember the Rizzler? The little TikTok hero? He's not a hero. He can't. There was a video of the Rizzler, and I guess the thing was like some TikTok game where it shows you words for middle schoolers and up, and you have to read it and pronounce it. That boy could not read. That boy could not read. It's fine. It's fine that he can't read. I get. No, it's not. It's very concerning that the average youth of the American states is unable to read words like infused, but whatever. I'm gonna make a note about that. There were DNA splicers. Diffuse, Zekrom, and Kyurem. I need to play Black and White too. It's like the one Pokemon mainline game that I have not played. That's not true. I did not play Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon either. I need to play that as well. 4 old people. Sad face. Yeah, I think this tea, like... So here's the thing, right? I feel like the Snoopy Museum in Tokyo in particular... Hey Ashlyn, how are you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. I feel like the Snoopy Museum in Tokyo, the way it's laid out and everything, and even just seeing the people that were there. When I went to the Snoopy Museum, there was a field trip of like 7-year-olds there. And like the entire museum is curated for people from like 5 years old to 30 years old, give or take. I think that's like the general sentiment of who they expect to go. This tea does not fit that demographic, right? Like if I'm traveling to Japan, I'm going for my 21st birthday, I go to the Snoopy Museum, I buy their tea, and I get this shit. I don't want to use the word shit, that's like a little mean, but like I get this tea and I'm like, it's kind of a flop, TBH. Hey yo, hey yo. Kimi tachi no suki na neko Taiyou dayo yo. It's your favorite internet cat, Taiyou. Take it easy with me and I'll take care of you. Soldier boy, no. Yeah, I don't know, it is for the old souls. I guess if you like Snoopy, you do have a bit of an older soul. So maybe there's that, but like... I think what they should have done... They should have made a floral mix that has like notes of Snoopy's personality. Because when I think of Snoopy, I think of like a very playful... but also kind of rustic dog. So you could do like an oolong tea maybe? Like a bit of a darker oolong tea? I don't know if you want to use the word darker, but like an oolong tea that leans more towards a black tea. But then add some notes like milk. I think milk is a good mix with oolong. So like a milky oolong or a coconut oolong. I feel like you could do a couple of varieties of oolong that have like that playful aspect. I actually think a milk oolong would be ideal for Snoopy. Plus it fits like that aesthetic, right? The black and white Snoopy aesthetic. Because the oolong would be a bit of the darker aesthetic, and then the white would match with it to be like the color of Snoopy's fur. Have you drank all types of tea? White? Yes. Green tea? Yes. Yellow tea? I don't know if I've ever had a yellow tea. If I have it, I don't remember it, so no. Oolong? Yes. Black? Yes. Pu'er? Yes. Herbal? Yes. Others? I don't know about that. I mean, I guess. I consider other for the book right here to be like if you get a green tea with like cherry blossom, that's the other. So I've had most teas. I've had like rooibos, green rooibos, red rooibos, different kinds of rooibos, different kinds of florals. I've had kava too. I think kava is horrible. It's one of the worst teas imaginable, TBH, but you know. I also think it's a marketing ploy for Americans, but that's neither here nor there. The only type of tea I drink is a normal iced milk tea. That, if you're talking about like boba, that's usually a black tea mixed with a bit of creamer. It's very yummy, TBH. Yeah, I don't know, but like, you know what? That's a great point. Not that you might have meant this, but this tea reminds me of like the black tea that they would use for milk tea, because that tea does not tend to be like the focus of the drink. You don't order iced milk tea at a boba place because you want, oh, I want black tea. You order it because it's like, oh, it's cute, and I want the sweetness, and I want the boba, and I want this and the other. This tea to me has that sort of energy. I think we should have done 1 cup of tea with milk mixed in to see if that makes it better, because I think milk would make this tea so much like closer to the Snoopy core. Yeah. I've never heard of white tea. I think white tea is really nice, to be honest. I think white tea is super good. The thing with white tea is it's very soft, it's very delicate. So like if you want strong flavors or like something to kind of punch you and wake you up, I think that white tea is not quite that, but like at the end of the day, after like, you know, you get back from university or work or whatever, right? I think white tea is nice to just be like, yeah, that was a good day. Ceylon is a type of black tea, right? I think this might be kind of, I don't know. I don't think it's quite awesome tea. We've had awesome tea before. The other Snoopy tea was an awesome tea. I don't think this is very similar to awesome tea. So I don't know, it could just be like a little, I don't say adjacent, but like it does have reason to believe that it may be Ceylon tea. Oh yeah, here's Charlie Brown again. You guys want to check him out? He's being cute with his kite. So Dayone. It's actually very cute. Tea makes me sleepy. It never wakes me up. What kind of tea do you? If you have like chamomile or like herbal teas, or even rooibos, fruit teas, etc., those sorts of teas don't have caffeine, so they don't really tend to wake you up. And also, like, I think whether a tea wakes you up or puts you to sleep has to. It's like almost a placebo thing. If you go into your tea thinking, time for bed, I think it'll make you sleepy. If you drink a tea thinking time to get some work done, and you know, you have that mentality going into it, I think it'll wake you up. I think a lot of how we interpret things like tea or foods or whatever, it has to do with the mentality you go into it with. Cat in the box. Mostly black, yeah. I don't know, I think I don't want to say it's Ceylon tea because I don't really, like, I'm not a black tea, I'm not really a tea expert in general. I kind of just talk about tea because I think it's fun. But I do think Ceylon tea might be a bit closer to what I'm thinking, because it's, yeah. This cup is cute. I like this cup a lot. Yeah, the little bear army, aren't they super cute? I love your mug / cup. It's so cute. Thank you. Yeah, I like this cup a lot too. I bought it specifically because I was like, this would be super nice for stream. Like warm milk, kind of, yeah. Tea has never invigorated me. That sounds like a you problem. This is not really a problem per se, but I think that's a you mentality thing. I think if you approach tea differently and the type of teas you drink, I could definitely see it being a pick-me-up. I also don't think it, like, if you're looking at it from a, like, this is gonna be like coffee kind of thing. No, it's really not. And that's part of why I like it. I think that, like, it's much harder to develop caffeine dependency on tea. But like, yeah, no, coffee for sure is definitely going to be stronger. I think coffee in general has a stronger flavor profile than tea as well. So I think it's more stimulating on the senses. But yeah, it just has more caffeine in general too. Okay. I left the tea in this one for way longer. The tea is way stronger. It's way stronger. It's much more bitter. I would not recommend leaving the tea in the cup. So going into this, I don't know if I said this at the start of stream, but I did leave one bag in for longer because I was thinking I want to see how different they are if you leave it in for like 5 or 10 minutes versus the 55 minutes we've done so far. Oh my god, I'm drinking too fast. I think the tea is a little burnt. I think I burnt the tea a little. But even then, I don't think the bitterness is explicitly or exclusively because I burnt it. I think I left it in for too long and the bitterness is really strong and it needs milk or something to offset how bitter it is at this point. I'm gonna drink it as is to see if it gets any better, but Charlie Brown, oh my, okay, let me actually show you guys something. This tea bag actually has a lot of tea in it. Looking at the leaves, I don't think they're very big individually. A lot of them seem like kind of like tea leaf scraps in a way. Like if you were at a factory making loose leaf tea and you have little bits of dust and debris, it kind of looks like that. You guys can't really see it from where my big ass head is. Let's go ahead and move this a little bit forward. Yeah. I think that what's in the bag, there's a lot of it, but like none of it is necessarily like the bigger leaves that you get in loose leaf tea, which is not a bad thing necessarily. I think that might be a personal bias sort of thing. I'm gonna take this out actually. I want to move. I don't want it to keep steeping. It's already bitter enough. Yeah. Oh wow, this is actually kind of cute. On one side we have Charlie Brown, his silhouette, and then on the other side We have Snoopy. This is really cute. Can you reuse it? You can reuse most teas. I think that if you leave it in the tea for that long and you kind of like steep everything out of the first cup, you might get less uses, but I think that you can use it like 2 or 3 times depending on how much you steep it each time. Coffee puts me to sleep while oolong keeps me awake for hours. Really? Maybe it depends on how you make your coffee and like the amount, like, cause you can get like different levels of caffeine in your espressos and stuff. I don't know if coffee has, I'm not really a coffee head necessarily. I kind of just get coffee whenever I go to cafes and they don't have tea options, or if they're like a cafe that specializes with very unique coffees, then I'll try it. But like, that's very curious. That's very curious. Oh yeah, matcha can be very, like, I think matcha is a matcha. I think the matcha experience is very different from like a loose leaf tea experience. Like the way they are meant to be enjoyed and everything, I don't think they're one-to-one. Like I think they come from the same type of tea leaves, but like the way you enjoy it, the density of the tea, I think they're very different. So I could definitely see matcha having like more caffeine. I don't necessarily know enough to really say if my gut feeling is right or not, but I wouldn't discredit what they said, Aria. Drinking coffee first thing in the morning, I think it's just like, I need something to give me pain in the morning to wake me up. I need the pain of the bitterness of coffee to wake me up. You like the tap tap? Tap tap? Oh, those are very gentle. These are cute tap taps. Tap tap. This was the tap tap, like, it's like the guy from Ratatouille, the food critic. He would do this. Where is my Ratatouille? What's his name? Mr. Gustavo. What was the guy's name? It's not Remy. What's the other guy's name? The guy who doesn't matter. The guy who's like a puppet for Remy. Who's Remy's puppet? What's his name? Remy's puppet. I'm waiting, Remy's puppet. But yeah, you can reuse most tea bags. I think the amount of uses you get per tea bag differs based on tea type, but I think black tea can definitely get up. His name is Ego, like Lego my Ego. Linguini! Linguini! That is his name. I'm waiting, Mr. Linguini. Bambino. Cappuccino. But yeah, I think white teas and maybe fruit teas, don't quote me on that, they're not really as good for multiple cups, but I know black teas and oolong teas, they can be used multiple times, and not only that, but each time you drink the tea, like each time you brew it, the flavor profile shifts a little bit. I honestly think it just means the flavor gets lighter, because I think the brew will be the most intense, but for people who think tea might be a little too bitter or a little too intense, I think maybe drinking a second or third brew might be up your alley. It's gonna be a little bit less flavorful, but it's a good way to not get the intense bitterness of tea if that's what you don't like about it. But yeah, the tea bag can be used for multiple cups for sure. I have a high caffeine tolerance. Arya, don't you just like down energy drinks one after another? Isn't that like your whole brand, that you just destroy energy drinks? I don't think you will ever be affected by coffee or tea ever again at that point. Linguini Cappuccini. I'm just reading his name again. I love pomegranate tea. Add a bit of sugar and ice and that's a perfect summer tea. That sounds so good. That sounds so freaking good, Ashlyn. Holy yeah. I think that like in particular fruit teas are fantastic for icing them and having them to cool down in the summer, because like they have that sweetness that like a juice would have without having the like I think juice can oftentimes be a little too strong and have like a weird aftertaste or like just this thickness and texture that's not fantastic. But like when you make it into a tea, I think that resolves a lot of that, and you also get more drink per fruit. You also get too syrupy. That's a great way to put it. That is a great way to put it. It comes kind of syrupy at that point. But like when you make it into a tea, it gives it that bit of like flow. It removes a little bit of the body of the drink. There's no aftertaste. It doesn't get like sticky. Cause like I think some juices, particularly like You know, the ones you get at a grocery store that are not made from just pure freshly squeezed fruit and that's it. Like when they start adding sugars and preservatives, it gets kind of like sticky in your mouth. It does not feel good. It's particularly egregious with like grape juice, I would say. But like when you make it into a tea, like you mix it a bit with some tea leaves or you just make it a pure fruit tea, it is such a great summer drink. Yeah, we actually have some teas that are made to be iced from the get-go. Like you do not boil the water. You just grab the bag, you drop it in a cup or a pitcher. You actually, I think it's supposed to be a pitcher because I think it's like one bag for one pitcher or something. You pour some water, you put it in the fridge for like an hour, and then you have a nice iced tea. Oh man, that sounds so good. I could not imagine how long it would take us to drink a pitcher of tea though. That would be like a 4-hour stream. That's my brand, the energy drink aficionado. I don't follow you. I actually do like Red Bull a decent amount. I usually get the syrup. Actually, the best Red Bull, and you cannot disagree with this, okay? I'm giving you, this is coming from the Genesis Book of Records, a book of only facts, okay? Not OnlyFans, only facts. The best Red Bull is the berry one, the one that comes in like a white can. Coconut berry, ooh. We're gonna start doing energy drink reviews on this stream. No, we're not. But could you imagine? Oh my god, I'm already like so hyper and off the walls. Taiyou with like energy drinks? No, that would be horrible. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little like, this is not for sure, but this is something I've been thinking about as a little like behind the scenes for spending time with me on a tea stream and not an ASMR stream. You know, this is kind of like a for the fans kind of thing. I want to do a charity stream, like maybe a 12-hour stream. I don't know how long it'll be, but I want to do a charity stream. And I want to raise money for like cleaning the ocean or preserving rainforests or something like that. I want to do like a donathon. What are they called? But it's just a charity stream. I want to do something like that for like a cause that is about preserving the beauty of nature. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see when it happens. I do have to go out for a trip again next month to an embassy in Atlanta, but after that, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said where it is specifically, but yeah. Yeah, I want to do a charity stream. I haven't done one, and one of my mutuals that I really like to like watch and chit chat with, they did a charity stream, and like for every $5 that people donated, they did a MS Paint drawing for them. I thought that was really fun. I think since we do MS Paint drawings already on Twitch, we could do something like that and raise money for like a rainforest or protecting mountain ranges or something like that, cleaning up mountains. I think that the more I travel and see the world, the more I'm just like, damn, the world is really beautiful when you leave the swamps of the southern United States. That's crazy. The world is actually super beautiful. Sugar-free, my love. It is really good. Cause like, let me tell you, if you go into Red Bull thinking, oh yeah, the sugar's gonna make it tolerable, it's not. Either you tolerate Red Bull or you don't. The sugar's not gonna change anything. The blueberry one is good too, yeah. And the patience thing, I think when it comes to charity, I think it makes you a lot more patient. I think it gives you like this additional bit of motivation to keep doing your best. Yeah. So I'd love to do that. We'll see when and if it happens, but I really would like to do that. Yeah, if you guys could tune in, I would appreciate that. Like, I know that the donation thing is definitely like only something that few people will do, because it's something where you guys have to take care of yourself first, and I totally understand that. I want to try to use the opportunity I have right now to do something, you know? I think that this world is so pretty, and there are lots of things that are currently against it right now, so I want to do my part to try to change that. Yeah. I'm afraid for my heart when I drink energy drinks, so I don't drink it, but I drink coffee. I think energy drinks are much more intense, I'm not gonna lie. I think they are more caffeinated, and also there's just more stuff in it. Just there's stuff in it, and that's not a good thing, okay? It's not like, oh boy, stuff. It's like, oh shit, there's stuff in this. But another little tidbit for you guys. If you're in the Discord, you might have seen it, but if you're not, I am negotiating prices with the manufacturer for another round of Taiyou plushes. So, for those who missed it and who have been asking about another chance, here's a little heart for you. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. We'll see what happens. Too bad there's pollution sake. Yeah. There's so much of it, and we can only do so much about some of it, but at the very least, I want to try to do something about it. Like, as it is, I already try to do little things like... It's gonna sound stupid, right? But like, I don't use straws, like, ever. I would rather drink from a dirty cup at a restaurant than use a straw. That's just how I am. Maybe I'll get, like, salmonella and I'll become a salmon? I don't know. It might happen, you know? I can't say for sure, but like, I'll become a salmon before I use plastic straws or before I use, like, plastic forks at a restaurant. Like, I'll always ask for, like, a plate or whatever, because it's just, like, little things like that. Oh, it doesn't matter. And true, the majority of it does come from, like, corporations, but, like, after doing that for 4 or 5 years, that's like a couple thousand straws that I haven't used, a couple thousand forks I haven't taken. I think that adds up to some degree. So I try to do things like that, and yeah, it just... Maybe it's just self-fulfilling at that point, because I'm telling myself, oh yeah, I'm doing something, and I could be doing something else or even more, but like, every little bit counts, I think. Welcome in, Godzilla, how you doing? Hi, Tai. Hi, Godzilla. Taiyou con Taiyou. How you doing? Happy to have you. Gotta go now. Thank you for stopping by, Ash, and I super duper appreciate it. It makes me happy to see more people stop by for tea time, so thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, chat. Bye-bye, Taiyou. What is this voice? It's like halfway between singing, halfway between like... I know what it is. I'm having... It's... I'm getting really caffeinated from all the black tea. No! It's kicking in. Oh no, the song is gonna change. Chotto. Sorry, yamete. More please. There we go. Taiyou. But yeah, how am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. I'm happy to start a day off with tea. Happy to start a day off with you guys. Happy to finish my errands. And there will be a new audio coming out on Spotify soon. And if you don't have Spotify, wiggle. It'll be on ARPLay as well. Yeah, I'll post about it in the Discord too. It'll be the audio that we recorded audio for before I left for California. But yeah, more little Taiyous on the way. Always love that energy of yours. It's not always like this. You cannot fool me. It's not always like this. Hiccup. It's definitely because I'm caffeinated. But yeah, I think final notes on this tea. I personally think this tea tastes better if you don't let it brew for too long. Oh, I have to give it a rating. At the end of the day, we did not give it a rating. Change begins with yourself first. Every little bit does help. I agree. I think that just making the active effort to acknowledge it and do something about it, I mean, let's just put it this way. It's more than doing nothing. And I think that doing nothing is... Listen, I think that apathy is very difficult to be like, yeah, sure, that makes sense. I think that we all have a personal responsibility to at least try to be the best selves that we can be. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. I think 2.5 is more than generous. If anything, I think I would have given it a 2 normally. But literally the fact that it has Snoopy as the mascot of the tea, and once you're done with it, you can turn the little silhouettes into bookmarks. Oh, it's upside down because it's upside down. I see. Yeah, so on this right here, it says to turn it into bookmarks once you've had it, once you've drank it. So the fact that it can be a bookmark after you finish it is bonus points. Oh yeah, let me do a little quote-unquote unboxing. It's very plain, but yeah, you take off the sleeve and then inside, it's not going to show it to you guys, but inside it's the black tea. It's very boring. I actually think that, like, I appreciate this a lot, the fact that you can take off the sleeve of the tea bag, because that means once you're done with the tea, you can keep this if you want to. And then you can throw away this, which is gonna have all the like tea dust and everything. Well, for Snoopy, I could have put more. Snoopy earned it an extra half star, okay? I'm trying to not be that biased. I need this book of tea to be somewhat legitimate. You will not speak ill of my love for Snoopy. I love that dog too much. I love that dog too much. Oh my god. Maybe I'll go back to California and go to the Snoopy Museum in California. I'll be like, hey guys, I'm back. Let's do 1 week of streaming, and then, hey guys, I'm leaving again. I'm going to California just to see Snoopy. But yeah, I think 2.5 is a very fair assessment of this tea. I could see this tea being a 3-star if you like black tea. I could see it being a 3-star if you maybe mix it with milk. And I could see it being 2 stars or less, depending on how much you actually like black tea to begin with. If you don't like black tea or just like pure tea, I don't even want to say pure tea. If you don't like pure grocery store tea, you're not gonna like this tea. I really don't think so. It's kind of a shame. Like, I spent so long looking forward to drinking this and like saving it up and thinking, I can't wait to share this with chat. They're gonna love this. Kanashi. How sad. Wow. I will say, at the end of the day, the feeling that you get in your chest from drinking a warm tea, it does feel good. It does feel very good. Kimochi da yo. Hey yo, kimochi da yo. Okay, I'll stop. I'm hyper. I hate it. Sayaku. Having this much caffeine, like non-stop. I also have not eaten anything today, so I think that's part of why like the caffeine is kicking in so quick. I have no food to offset it. Yeah, I also think maybe in the near future we'll do another Pokemon stream. We haven't done Pokemon in like a month now. So I want to play Pokemon soon. Maybe tomorrow we'll play Pokemon. Today, I think later in the evening we'll do ASMR. And then tomorrow we'll do a Pokemon stream. I want to finish that game so we can maybe get to Persona or something. I don't know, there's a couple of games I want to play. Oh, we have to get to Resident Evil too. We'll see what happens. I think it'll be Pokemon then Resident Evil, so I can just get that game off the checklist. Yay! Yatta! I will say, one of the nice things about tea bags, you don't get any of that like dookie dust that tea leaves at the bottom of the cup when you use a tea bag. At least not as bad as usual. Because I'm somebody who's very gluttonous. I love to drink every bit of tea possible. I will drink the dust if I can handle it, and that's not a guarantee, but like at the very least I don't have the choice or the option to drink the tea dookie dust at the bottom of the cup. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up too. Residue. The Residuki. Listen, I know you're not supposed to drink the tea dookie at the bottom of the cup. I just also am very gluttonous. I can't help it. If it's there, I'm like, give it to me. You enjoy it? Nande. The tea dookie? No! I mean, I guess you can, but like, no. Alright. And with that, that was our experience with the Peanuts Gang Silhouette Tea. Very cute. I would not describe it as the world's greatest tea. Not even close. But I think if you really like Snoopy and you're okay with drinking tea that you would get from a grocery store, it's not the worst option. If you don't like sweet things, or if you want to feel like you belong in a retirement home, it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna fault you for drinking it. I'm just going to suggest there are better teas. Yeah, all in all, It's not bad, I guess. Not bad as in like it's not undrinkable. Would I like some glorp tea? I think it would raise questions of cannibalism if I'm drinking tea made from a cat. I think there'd be a lot of questions and I would not have a lot of answers for that. So I would probably have to say no. Would I like a cup in the shape of glorp? Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Does anybody make that? Are there any mug creators, any ceramic artisans in chat who would make me a glorp shaped mug? Let me know. But yeah, I think that with that we're gonna call it for today. Thank you guys for the hangout. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and start editing more videos. I have one video that like I just need to add some text to it. I'm doing a keyboard video soon. We haven't done one in a while, and I have a keyboard I've been wanting to do that for. So I have to do some little bit of editing there, add a little bit of music on some parts of the video, but I have that video almost done. I have another video that's like halfway edited, so I have some videos coming up pretty soon. I also have a voice pack I recorded for you guys. I need to review the audio on it to see if it sounds good. But if it does, you guys will also get a voice pack pretty soon too. A glorp cup sounds fire. That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna see if there are people who might want to make that for me. Well, I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys posted. Would you guys like that? Like if I made a cup kind of like this where it has like art on it, but it's like a bunch of glorps with Taiyou's little ahoge? And like Taiyou decorations, so it's just like an army of glorp Taiyous. That would be cute merch. I think it would be cute merch. You guys, I don't know about that. I don't know if you guys are down for that, but it'd be really nice for like tea time. Having tea in my Taiyou glorp mug, or like starting my day with a cup of coffee in my Taiyou glorp mug. That would be cute. But yeah, それではみんな今日の配信は終わったんだよ。いつもように楽しかった。お疲れ様でした。ありがとう。Okay, so with that, today's stream is over. Just like always, it was very fun. Thank you guys for the time. Good job, everyone. Yeah. Thank you for listening to me. Yep, I hope you had a nice tea with me. And 10 out of 10 buy A+ merch. I think it'd be really nice merch, to be honest. I really want to do it. Maybe for the winter. I think since wintertime is like more of like, well, I guess winter on the northern hemisphere. I think since that's like a drink tea, hot chocolate, and coffee kind of time, maybe it'd be nice at that time of the year. We'll see. Thank you guys. Daisuki da yo. I love you guys. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. I'll see you all very, very soon. That voice is gross. Oji-san no koe yamete. Stop the old man voice, please. Alright. Bye bye. Mata ne. How do I wave at you guys? Mata ne. I'll see you soon. Bye bye. ASMR tonight, probably. I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord. Mata ne. Wow.